How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Simplicity. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to make YouTube videos as a beginner, running through all of the techniques and tips you can use. So we're going to talk about everything that you need to start making your YouTube videos today, so keep on watching. How's it going, guys? If you are new to the channel, I'm Simplicity, and we're all about building your brand, business, and image through social media marketing. So if you're wanting to build a brand, earn money online, start a side hustle, and just kind of learn the tips and tricks of how to do that, consider subscribing so that you can start that motion today. So I have some exciting news. In each video going forward, we're going to be doing some shout outs. Basically what that is I'll be shouting out whether it's your Instagram, your Facebook, if you have a YouTube channel. I want to start doing that to help you guys build your audience and help you to start today. So if you guys are excited about that, it's going to be real simple. Every single video, I'll just have a fun question that you need to answer. And for the 2 lucky people that get that answer correct or the closest, I will do them a shout out on the next video and then every video going forward. So if that's something you're interested in or excited about, make sure you comment down below and answer today's question. So today's question, guys, is a real simple one. I want you guys to tell me how long it took me to become monetized on YouTube. So if you haven't watched that other video, you can definitely go ahead and check that one out. Otherwise, give it a good guess, and if you are correct, I will pick 2 lucky winners and I will announce them on my next video. Right, guys, let's get into the video. So the very first and obvious one is you need a camera. Now, a lot of YouTubers are going to tell you you need to go out and get a professional camera to really help shoot your videos. Well, I'm here to tell you guys that that's not quite the case. As long as you have a camera, you can start shooting YouTube videos today. So whether that might be if you happen to have an actual camera that you can shoot from, excellent. But if you don't, you can use your phone, you can use your laptop, whatever has a camera. That is all you need to start shooting YouTube videos. Now, the reason I say this is because if you have a really fancy camera but you don't actually know how to use all the settings, maybe you don't have a technological background, you don't really understand all the settings, then a really professional camera is probably going to be wasted, even on myself, because we just don't really know what we're doing with those settings. So you have this really fancy camera, but if you don't use it correctly, if you're just using it on automatic mode, sure, it's going to look okay, but it's not going to be anywhere near as good as it could be. So that's why if you have a phone, if you have a laptop, if you have a camera on any device, I would recommend using that because it's your best way to start making YouTube videos today. Now, guys, if you are curious what I use, I sometimes actually just use my iPhone. Now, yes, this is an iPhone 11 Pro Max, so it does have actually a really good camera. You can shoot in 4K, 24 frames a second. So obviously a camera like this is amazing and does the job as good as any DSLR camera does anyway. That being said though, if you are curious of what kind of camera I use, I have the Sony A6400, and we'll kind of just show you how it looks on the actual phone. So if we go ahead and take this out here, just shoot a quick video. Here you can kind of see my setup going on here, guys. So I've got the Sony A6400 on a Sigma 1.4 aperture lens, but that kind of just gives you a good idea of what camera I actually use. If you are curious, links are always in the description if you do want to know what equipment I use. Now, number 2, we're going to talk about lighting. Now, lighting, once again, you're thinking, oh, I'm probably gonna have to buy this really expensive lighting to get that really good quality, because lighting is important. I'm afraid to say it, I'm sad to say it, but lighting is important. The really cool thing is you can actually use your lighting from your windows or from your basically natural lighting is actually the best lighting that you can get. So using the advantage of filming during the day and using your windows as lighting is all you need for great lighting. It's going to give you a really good natural looking video, and I would recommend definitely using that starting off for YouTube videos, and it costs you nothing. Step number 3 is talking about microphones and your sound. Now, once again, you can soundproof your room or soundproof whatever room you're using to create your videos. You'll find if it's in a small space and it doesn't have, if it has wooden floors, no carpets, things like that, you will get that really kind of echoey noise, which is kind of not the best. So the really cool thing you can use here is you can use your cushions, blankets, anything that you have in your house that you can use to kind of block that sound out, will kind of stop that really kind of echoey noise. Because echoey noises, I don't know about you guys, but it really bothers me when I'm watching a video. It's really hard to concentrate and listen when there's noises bouncing all off the walls. So if you can use cushions, blankets, anything that's going to kind of block the noise is great for starting your first YouTube video. So along with all of these things that you can use that actually cost you absolutely nothing, like I said, you can use any camera that you have. You can use the natural lighting of your windows. You can use the blankets and the pillows for your soundproofing, just so you kind of get a nice natural sound to your videos. I've also kind of shown you some equipment that you can use if you are able to spend a bit of money. Now next we're actually going to get into the editing of videos, just some handy tips that I use to make them a little bit more professional. Some of these can be time consuming and you don't have to do everything that I am about to tell you, but these are some great tips of how to edit your videos. So the first thing that I did, and a lot of people probably do themselves, is they kind of edit out any kind of pauses, buts, breathing, and very obviously turning on and off of your camera. So I think this is a really great thing to first do. Once you've finished filming your video, you want to go ahead and you want to edit out those things. I reckon it just kind of makes a big difference. It kind of keeps the audience really kind of involved in your video, and they're less likely to leave, just because those kind of things can be relatively frustrating for the viewer. So that's the very first tip that I can say. Make sure that you do that first, because once you edit stuff later on, there can be issues with the sound effects and things like that. They get kind of delayed if you go and edit it afterwards. So make sure you edit that first. Just getting rid of ums and ahs and those kind of things really does help your video. Tip number 2 is kind of using text and overlays and things like that, just to kind of keep your video more flowing, and it does help you to keep your viewer engaged. So making sure that you're kind of using overlays, using B-rolls. If you don't know what a B-roll is, an A-roll is like what we're doing now, a subject in front of the camera, and a B-roll is an overlay, another video that you've shot that kind of that displays what you're talking about. So B-roll is just an overlay, if you will, of what you're talking about. So B-rolls are really, really good. I would recommend using those, using overlays. Using text can be really, really powerful and helpful. And just kind of showing what you're talking about to keep your audience engaged, and it just makes your video more interesting. Another handy tip, you can kind of adjust the contrast of your videos. I actually use iMovie. I didn't really talk about that, but I use iMovie because it's free, and if you own any Apple product, it comes with it. Whether that's your iPhone, your iMac, your laptop, they all come with iMovie, and it's a really powerful tool and it's free. So cannot complain about that. So that's what I use, and I would recommend it if you have that available to you. Now it does allow you to adjust the contrast, so you can actually make things brighter, darker, depending on how it was actually shot. It really does make a big difference, and I would highly recommend using iMovie if you can. Another really cool thing is you can actually do zoom ins and outs of your video. Makes it very interesting, and kind of cropping where you need to. If you don't want something to be in the video, maybe there's something a bit messy in the background, or once again you just want to keep your audience engaged, I would highly recommend cropping in and out of certain scenes just to keep your video more interesting and more engaging. Now the final tip that a lot of people do tend to forget is thumbnails. Thumbnails are really, really important. You want to make sure that you're actually taking the time to actually photograph a thumbnail. Now if you're like me, you don't have anyone to help you, yes, this is definitely more challenging. You can use the advantage of, if you're shooting high quality videos, you can actually just pause for a thumbnail and it virtually looks the same. But I still recommend taking a photo if you can. If you don't have it by yourself, you can use a tripod and you can just take photos, a photo shoot if you will, if you're like me, getting the best photo that you can for your thumbnails. I really, really want to stress that enough, guys. Make sure after every video that you film, you take the time to take some photos for a thumbnail. It's just much more professional, and it's really going to help your videos to be seen by other viewers, because let's think about it. This is what's going to get someone to click on your video. Unless they're a subscriber, that is what's going to engage your viewers to click on your video. So it's really, really important to make sure that you do create a high quality thumbnail, making sure that it's eye-catching, it's got some great colors, add text to it to show what the video is about, and make it a bit clickbaity so that you can really engage and get people to click on your videos. Thumbnails are really important. Even when I look back at my thumbnails, it can be really, really embarrassing to kind of see what I was doing. Let's be honest, I was doing the same thing you guys are probably doing, is when you upload your video, you just use one of the screenshots that YouTube has supplied you. Really, really bad idea. I would not recommend doing this. It's just going to not get the clicks that you deserve. Your click-through rate is going to be really bad, and it's not going to help you with the YouTube algorithms. Making sure that you're creating thumbnails is really, really important. So I must stress to make sure that you're doing that, and it's really going to help your videos in the long run. So make sure after every single video you are taking thumbnails for your video that really kind of capture what your video is about. So I hope these tips really helped you guys to get started on YouTube, and I'm hoping from these tips as a beginner you can go, hey, I can actually start today. The hardest part about starting a YouTube channel and filming a YouTube video is not actually the equipment. You can be someone who has all the equipment and can shoot a really poor quality video. So don't let there be a reason to stop you today. Use whatever you have and start creating videos. The hardest part is clicking that record button and getting those videos started. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. It was definitely a lot of fun to make. Lots more videos coming about keywords, how to create a thumbnail, all of that kind of stuff. Let me know in the comment section down below what you'd like to see more of. And don't forget guys, we are doing shout outs every single video. So make sure you comment down below and let me know the answer to my question, and if you get it correct, I will be picking 2 lucky winners and I will be shouting them out on my next video to help you grow on your YouTube platform, or to help you grow on your social media platform. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love making these videos. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.